Hello and welcome back to the Baggies Podcast YouTube channel, where of course we're giving you all the latest news, views and opinions on all things Albion. Back again today with another match preview, talking today about Friday night's clash between West Bromwich Albion and Stoke City, which kicks off of course on Friday night at 7:45 at the Stoke City Stadium. It is the chosen Sky game yet again, after last Friday night's game being for Albion a Sky game, which is obviously interesting. Yet again, a Friday night kickoff, as we were against QPR at home. But we'll be talking all about this game against Stoke City, going into detail on the opposition, what we can expect from them, and also what can we expect from West Bromwich Albion in terms of a lineup, and also a little bit of time for some predictions at the end, including hopefully some predictions from you guys. I'd love to hear your thoughts on the game and your predictions as to how you think the game will go. So be sure to drop your predictions in the comments section below. But yeah, let's get straight into this match preview video. Be sure to subscribe if you're new. We're heading for 1,000 subscribers. It'd be fantastic if you could help me out on that journey. But yeah, let's get straight into this match preview. Let's go. Well, so it's going to be a tasty encounter, in my opinion. I think it's going to be one that I think we need to air with a bit of caution in terms of a West Bromwich Albion perspective. They've got some very good players. One of these being Mario Vrancic, who I'm just gonna spell out and sort of single out for you. And it's one that I'm looking at from Mario Vrancic. He's come from Norwich City, done really well since joining Stoke, and looked the part, to be honest. A player that I quite like is Leo Skiddy Ostergaard, who wasn't available for the previous game. I think the game against Stoke City, and of course also but did play against Preston. So I'm hoping that he's not going to be available, but I'm hoping he is, because I want to watch him, because I think he's a really good player. So I'm looking forward to seeing what we can expect from those couple of players that I've mentioned there. Obviously, Romain Sawyers, assuming he's not going to be available for this game, because obviously it's normally something that English clubs do, is strike a little agreement to say that player won't play against their parent club. So we'll see what happens with Romain Sawyers. But yeah, I think Stoke, what we can expect from them, we can just expect functional football, being physical but then good in possession. 14 goals this season leaves them 9th in that particular table. 17 point. They've had a solid 12.2 shots per 90 minutes or per game, which is 9th in the table again, so pretty mid-table standard attacking outputs. Then possession, again, bit of playoff action really with that sort of stat. 53.4% possession. Give you a bit of comparison, we're 8th in that with 51.7% possession. And then obviously pass accuracy, they're in 7th position. So you can expect that they're good on the ball, certainly good at keeping it, and certainly good at recycling it from those defensive positions. Obviously, aerials won, they're quite high up as well. They're 6th in that table with 26.7 aerials won per 90. So they're certainly making the waves, and definitely in both areas of the pitch. Obviously, chance creation not been a massive plus for Stoke City, but they're certainly managing a bit of functional football and managing to get through and getting involved in attacking output, which of course they've got a top scorer in Nick Powell, who of course plays in that sometimes in that centre of midfield position, can move forward into the attacking thirds if needed to as well. Obviously one of those players that can really be a bit of a handful in both boxes, of course, with a bit of an aerial threat. So yeah, it's good to see, but Mario Vrancic has been creating a lot from the midfield positions, as I've mentioned. They're likely to play a 3-5-2 formation, which is going to be difficult to defend against, of course, with our 3-4-3 formation. Of course, it's going to provide a bit of a matchup almost, really, with the formation that Stoke might play, and I'm sure they'll go with that again in order to counteract these flying fullbacks of Adam Reach and of course Darnell Furlong as well, which will be useful to see as to how we get on with those. Of course, Leo Ostergaard will probably play centre-back with Harry Suter and Ben Wilmot as the back three, with Joe Bursick behind, of course, under-21 England goalkeeper. Josh Tymon likely to play left wing-back, with Tommy Smith at right wing-back, with Sam Clucas, Joe Allen, Mario Vrancic in the middle of midfield, and then Sam Surridge and perhaps maybe Jacob Brown or somebody like that up front in that front three. So Nick Powell could get a little game in that centre of midfield. We'll see how whether he gets into the team. Obviously not sure about injuries. I'm not sure who's available and who's not available, but that's the lineup I think they'll go for if all of the players aforementioned are fit enough. But yeah, Stoke, they're going to provide an interesting task, I think. I think they're going to provide some very good attacking play, and of course trying to just make those runs into the box as and when they can. But yeah, we've had some good news in terms of Albion team news. That's a bit on Stoke City for you and what we can expect. We can expect some good functional football really from them, and I'm looking forward to seeing how we get on against them. It's not a task to be ignored, certainly, or shrugged aside. But yeah, I think West Brom, we've had some very, very good team news, and that is the news that Matt Clark is going to be available for the Stoke City game, which is fantastic, and I'm looking forward to seeing how he gets on, because he's obviously a fantastic player and a player that we obviously value a lot at the club, and obviously on loan from Brighton, and has done really well in the spells that he's played and the spells where he's been fit and available. So I'm looking forward to seeing how Matt Clark gets on if he's to start against Stoke. I can't see him coming in particular in this game, because I think if you've got a team that's done so well on Tuesday night against Cardiff, I think it's very difficult to take that out, take that lineup apart and then change it around and try and bring something else in and bring something new and different to the side. So I think that's quite difficult. I think, you've got a very big decision to make if you're Valérien Ismaël, because I personally think that Matt Clark is our best centre-back, and I would play him, but I probably wouldn't play him right now, to be honest, because I feel like he's a player that's been off for a little while, but I think he's a player that could come in and he might end up displacing somebody like Adam Reach, who I think has been worth his weight in gold in this particular side. I think he's been really, really good, especially in that left wing back position. Got a hell of a cross on him, to be quite honest, and I'm really pleased with the way that Adam Reach has welcomed himself into the West Bromwich Albion team, and there's certainly scope now for him to really come into the side and play and play a regular place, because I don't see any reason why Adam Reach shouldn't be in the side regularly. Obviously, Connor Townsend playing at centre back hasn't done the fantastic job. I think we all know that he's better out in that wide position, but I think Adam Reach is equally as effective, especially when attacking. I think maybe defending he does lack it a little bit, but he's certainly got that discipline and that professionalism to play in that area. So in terms of my lineup, I'd probably go for Johnson in goal. I'd go for Bartley, Ajayi, Townsend. I'd probably go right wing back, Furlong left wing back, Adam Reach. Then I'd go for Moat, Livermore in the centre. Then I'd probably go for a front three of Grant, Robinson, and I'd probably go for Dean Garner, as I don't think Hugo really did great against Cardiff, but I guess that's a really physical back line, so it might be something that Valérien Ismaël is thinking about, but I'd probably go for that in terms of a lineup. So yeah, looking forward to seeing what we can expect from the Baggies lineup. That was what I would go for. Of course, feel free to let me know yours in the comment section below. In terms of how I think this game is going to play out, I think it's going to be very tight. Stoke obviously going to see that teams like Millwall, teams like Preston, teams like Derby made things very difficult by condensing the width of the pitch and really condensing us to playing in this really tight box, which we're obviously not very pleased with. So yeah, I think this is going to be a difficult game for Albion, but certainly not one to brush aside. I'm going to go for a 2-1 win for the Albion in this particular game. I think this is one that we can look to win, and I think goals from probably Karlan Grant, and I think I'm going to go for a goal from Kyle Bartley from a corner to win it as well. So yeah, that's what I would say for a prediction. Please let me know yours down in the comments section below. But yeah, that does bring me to the end of this match preview. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. We're heading for 1,000 subscribers. If you've enjoyed it, I mean a massive amount to me, just click that subscribe button. It's completely free. But yeah, I'll see you in the next match preview or the next podcast, which will be out at some point, probably on Monday evening after I'm going to talk through the game. Hopefully a couple of special guests. And make sure you stick around for that on your audio platform, on video or video platforms, wherever you're listening to that from. But that does